Simone,
We're doing.
Simeon, your cold calling is good.
Thanks.
I've been reviewing your cold calling. It's good.
Thank you.
Very good. Donia, how are you doing?
Hello. Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Donia, did you receive your onboarding?
You said you would send me a file, but I didn't receive it.
Okay.
You said on Monday.
Well, today's Monday. So,
Yeah,
wonderful. Perfect. So I'm just
I'm
sharing that.
expecting it today.
You're about to get it right now.
Okay.
Donia, is your email Dandouche?
I'll put my other email.
Oh,
You
okay.
can share it on that email as well. It's
Okay,
fine.
perfect. So I'm going to share with you now.
Okay.
To everyone else, I also have yours ready as well. Just give me a second. File share with others. Perfect. Can you confirm that you've got it? I've just
Okay.
then JT, you look like shit. Are you not sleeping?
Yeah, I need to. Yeah.
Wonderful. So JT, do you have a question?
Yeah. Do we have time to review a sales call?
Yeah.
For me? Oh, perfect.
Go over some base stuff. Let me just share with both of you what I need to share. So it's your onboarding. So we'll just to break it down for you guys. So you can see here, right? So your niches will be there. Your cold calling scripts will be there. I need you guys to watch all of these videos for cold calling. Simeon, honestly, have you watched any of the cold calling, my stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you need to watch it, but feel free to watch it. It'll help a little bit. But all in all, niche knowledge for you guys is here, shared as well. Your new presentations will be something along these lines. So over here, Donia, here's your presentation, by the way. Donia.
Yeah.
So
I
over
got
here,
it.
boom, boom, all done for you. This needs to be filled out, but you need to complete this. Boom.
But can you explain filled it with what exactly? Can you go through it or?
Yeah, cool. So here's the first page. It's the first page, doesn't mean much.
Okay.
So over here, this is the ads that you'll be running. So as you talk to them about the types of ads in order to attract people into the business, you just highlight these ads over here, right? Over here, this is the process. Granted, I'm going to put this over here. Yeah. So this is the process. You're going to be running a campaign made custom for them in order to attract leads, right? The leads will come in through there.
Is it through Google or Facebook?
You can do both.
So here we are mentioning in general, we are not specifying.
Yeah, we can either run Google or Facebook, and depending on the campaign and location, we'll decide which one it will be.
Okay, but in case they ask, I mean,
Yeah,
in case they ask, what do you tell?
so you can either have a preference for med spa. Honestly, it's either or, right? Because you can, like, both would work. Some niches, Facebook does not work. Other niches, Google doesn't work. Med spa, you can run both. You agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So then, in regards to med spas, we'll be running campaigns to get leads in. Once the leads are in, we qualify all of them, and we make sure that they match the standards, and we also have the option to live transfer them into you, right? Because
So can you explain? Oh, sorry.
Ask.
Can you explain the qualifying part? Who is the team that will call every single lead?
You.
So okay. So this is something else.
What do you mean?
I mean, I didn't see any video about how the service delivery is about.
That's your service.
Zach, how are you?
Good. How are
Yeah,
you?
good, thank you. Because I remember I asked you last week and you said it's all automated.
So let me give you a quick rundown on service delivery. If any of this doesn't make sense, cut me off and ask.
Okay.
we're going to run ads, right? The leads
Okay.
platform, whether it's a landing page or a basic form, whatever it is, the leads come in. From there, they have two options. They can either submit their info and then book in an appointment. In that case, we do nothing, 100% automated. However, some of those leads will submit their info, but they will not book in an appointment. At that
Appointment with the med spa.
with the
Yes.
med spa, yeah. So
Okay.
if we have their information, but they have not booked in, what we're gonna do is call them, and some of that is automated. We'll send them texts and we'll try and get them to book in, but you do want to call them because it improves client results. And the calls are very basic. It's just getting them to book in an appointment.
Okay. I mean, doing the outreach, doing the sales calls, doing the appointment is, I mean, too many things. I mean, we are doing. Is that right?
That is business.
Can we automate some of that stuff or?
Yes, you can automate through hiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through what?
Hiring.
There are two ways to automate. You can automate with software and you can automate with people. Everything on the software side, especially service delivery, I've already got that automated for you. You can't necessarily automate sales calls or cold calling, but how you can effectively do that and remove yourself is by hiring a sales rep or hiring a cold caller. You just can't do it to start with.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the cold call or sales. I'm talking about this part,
Service?
calling to book the appointment.
Yeah. So I would recommend calling for the first month, just so you understand what the process looks like. And then I have an entire video module that teaches you how to go out and hire people. And if you want assistance with that, we can hire them for you. Or you can just do this on your own, but
People
you
for
to make those calls for you.
people for booking appointments.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all they do.
Okay.
So as soon as the lead comes in, there's multiple things that you can do to maximize the pickup rate. You could have it structured so that as soon as the lead comes in, your phone is called. Now I'm going to say yours. It can be a team member's. So I'm just going to say your, right? You can have it so that your phone is called. On the basis that you answer the phone call, it will automatically start to ring the other person. Right, the prospect they're booked in. You can have it structured so that you receive a text notification as soon as someone's booked in. You can have it so that the prospect receives a text notification and that they're able to call you directly. They're going to call a random number that's connected to your phone. It's going to call your phone. You can have a structure so that they can call directly to the med spa. You can have a structure so that the med spa calls them directly. There's also you can do to automate. The reason that you want to do additional calling is just to get those additional numbers in over to your client. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is there any specific script for those appointment bookings?
Yes.
Yep.
So we'll get into that later stage, right?
Once you have a client, yes.
Okay.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, you and I are gonna have a one-to-one as soon as you sign a client. Like that's sign a client, collect the money, get the contract signed, book in a call with me. And then all the scripts and the automations and everything, we'll get that set up.
Okay. Okay.
Right. And now over here, this bit here, over here will be when people fill out the funnels, right? So when people have booked in themselves, all the qualification questions that have been answered here. So this is what your funnel answers. And over here will be examples of cold calling, right? Of appointments being booked. Now I'm going to shoot out a blast video on how everybody gets this. Super easy to do. All you need is people.
So what do we need? What do you need to fill here exactly?
So over here, these are audio recordings of people booking into the med spa. This is really easy to do. Just get people to call a med spa on Go High Level and record the calls.
Okay.
Right. And then because like the med spa will automatically just book you in like through a call. Right. And you just put the recordings there. Guys, this applies to your niches as well. And over here, this is just
So why we are adding this in the presentation?
Because it's showing, not telling. I want to show you how good I am by showing you examples of what we have rather than telling you how good I am. Does that make sense?
So this is for booking appointment.
Yes. This is, we're showing the med spas how we book appointments. So here is through funnels and automations. And over here is our team calling people, or the systems getting people to call in.
And
Makes
how can I get to this part now if I didn't start?
By calling med spas and just recording the calls. Right now, obviously, it can't be your voice. So what you do, you find 4 people and you ask them,
Mhm.
use the score high level. Here's their account details. Please call 3 med spas each and get them to book themselves in. And once they book themselves in, then you'll know exactly, you'll have the audio recording of someone booking into a med spa. Make sense?
Is there any video to
I'm gonna
explain
make,
this
I'm,
process?
I'm gonna make a loom today, and I'm gonna put it on
Yeah,
screen.
it's not very clear يعني بس I got the idea but not very clear.
What part isn't clear?
So you put here lip filler, laser, facial,
Oh, no,
Botox.
yeah.
Are these an examples of people doing?
So just,
Yeah, I want to understand. Yeah.
it's just template, right? So in this case,
Okay.
there was written here. So as an example, this would be someone who's called a med spa looking to do lip filler, someone who's called a med spa looking to do IPL laser, facial, and Botox, right?
And how can I do that again?
Calling any random med spa, right?
Okay, and
Let's say
recording
recording the call and booking in for Botox.
but this is not actual booking. This is
Yeah, I know.
just for the sake of recording.
This is for the sake of recording
Mhm.
and putting an example for the prospects to see.
Okay. And at the bottom, what are these boxes at the
So
bottom?
this is for funnels to be completed. So when someone fills an automation, this is what it looks like. So when someone completes the
Okay.
funnel and answers all the questions and books in, this is like the notification.
Okay. Do I need to fill it with something here?
Yes, yes. So the templates will be given to you and you just have to fill it and put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clear. Yeah.
Wonderful. Over here, this is the weekly call section where you explain to your client, you have weekly calls to make sure that they're doing their part, you're doing yours, and everything is going swimmingly. Just telling them that you're gonna have weekly calls. And over here, this is the pricing section, but this feel free to change depending. So down here, we have these 2 offers. You can either do a setup fee and just a monthly retainer plus ad spend, or you can do 10 vetted walk-ins, prepaid at $80 per lead. And
Is
you
it both available in the presentation?
no, but super easy to change. Like just change the text to.
Can I add 2 options?
Yeah, you can. You can add
So
both.
what's your recommendation? Because I've heard the last when you change the offer, the recording,
Yeah.
and you were talking about the retainer, the 800 retainer.
Yes. See, you can have
So
both.
what's the difference? Yeah.
This one is lower per month and it's a lot easier work. So this one is
So this one has no appointment booking and stuff like that.
yes. Right? No, but
Okay.
it's with the med spa, there will be booked appointments. It's automated because it's a brick and mortar business.
What do you mean?
So they have a physical location, so you have to do walk-ins, but the walk-ins will happen. You just don't structure it on a pay per lead basis. It's just a monthly retainer.
And the second option?
Pay per lead. Depending on how many leads you send in a month will dictate how much is charged.
And this is more expensive.
It depends on how many people come in. If you book in less, no.
So it's pay per lead,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And when you put sell 15 or 40, is it
Upfront.
upfront?
So your setup would either be 15 or up to 40.
What is your recommendation
80.
at the beginning?
80. The more money that you can take up front, the better for you.
But I mean, can you explain it? Is it guaranteed to bring those amount of leads?
Nothing in life is guaranteed, but all the systems are set up to bring the leads in. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Right?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, you can run, I'm going to pick 2 locations. I'm going to pick Hollywood and Florida. All right, those are 2 separate
Okay.
parts of USA, very far away from each other. You can run the identical campaign. Every system is the exact same. You will end up with different results due to target demographic,
Location.
competition. Look, this is within the location. The price points, what the algorithm decides is working or isn't working. So depending on how much hyper testing is required to get a low CPL, the funnels and how people convert to the funnels, right? Like so many variables are dependent, but the whole process is the first week is going to be the worst week. And we keep iterating, testing, and changing to lower the cost per lead, iterating funnel, but this is Zach's side, iterating the funnel to maximize how many people come into the business. Make sense?
Kind of.
So I've had many campaigns. No, that's a lie. Okay, numbers wise, I've had many campaigns that from day one, they're working amazing. But retrospective to all the campaigns that are run, it's not a lot. So what that means is repeated testing until everything is set correctly. We've got a low CTR, high form fill out rates, landing page or conversion or whatever method you're doing, depending on the niche. All that has to be hyper tested, and there's like a build up and a latency.
Mm. So from your experience, mid spas prefer which options?
Not necessarily.
So-
You can't really say.
Yeah, it depends on the med spa. Typically, if the med spa is going to have like a
Right.
front desk area with a receptionist that's already calling leads, they'll just want to do it in-house themselves. Call those leads, which is option number one. If they're a smaller family-run place and it's just, you know, two people that are running the whole operation, they're gonna want you to handle more of the lead follow-up, which would be option number two.
Mhm. So those options, I need to insert them in the presentation. They're not there, right?
No.
Okay.
Over time, Danya, you will sell these two offers differently. You'll learn which one you like more, which one you like less. You'll see what the market responds to well, you'll see what the market doesn't like, and then you'll eventually pick one that you prefer and you'll just run with it. Both work. You can't go wrong with either one.
Any more questions, guys, before we begin the call review? Dunya, any more questions? I'm gonna take it. Pros and cameras and no. So give me 1 second. Connor,
Hello.
where's your in camera?
No.
JT.
Okay, so I think for me, you recommend either the med spa niche or the dentist niche. Which one's better at the market right now? Like from what you know?
Think about the question you just asked. No. Does everyone need the fucking dentist?
Yes.
It depends on where you're targeting. It depends on the economy, but typically, like both of those together, I would say that the market would respond a lot more negatively and positively to med spa, but dentists also the same, right? Because put it like this: as soon as the recession hits hard, med spa people aren't going to it because it's extra money that people don't have. But that also applies to the dentistry, right? The amount of people getting veneers or the latest type of Invisalign, whatever the fuck. You get my point?
Yeah.
But both work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're kind of similar or not that?
It's all the same shit.
Okay.
Like fundamental broken down, all of this is the same shit. You're running campaigns to target people who are interested potentially in your prospects. Then you send them over to the fucking prospects, and the prospects do their job. Like you're asking me, are there more women and homosexuals who want med spas treatment done, or are there more people who need dentists? And retrospective to that, how much are people getting paid? It depends on multiple factors. They both work.
Okay.
Simeon.
Do we have a test on niche knowledge today?
Yes, that's all been produced. The guy has, what's it called? He's made all of it. He's just passed out because I didn't let him sleep for the weekend as he was finishing all of it. Yeah,
Okay.
but all of us,
Awesome.
like every exam for niche knowledge is done. You will fail. Like
Okay.
I've seen the questions. They're fucking retarded.
All right.
I
Yeah.
I asked him to structure it in a way. He decided not to because it's too much work and not enough time because you guys needed it. I was going to structure it in a way where if you fuck up one question, the whole test restarts and it all rejiggles. So you can't even memorize the order of how you're answering. But it was too much work, sadly. Connor.
Good.
Sorry, my fucking mic is fucking shit. Yeah, you know when you said you're going to send over the prospects, it's basically all the same as before. It's just we're now doing the qualifying. Is that correct?
Pretty much. We've lowered the barrier of what's required and we're pushing it, saying that we're going to give you every fastball that the market has to offer.
Right. So basically, we just send them over leads after leads after leads, and then they stay a job to close.
Yeah. I was going to share something right now, but I realized it's not on my computer, the LeBron thing. I didn't make it on my computer.
Oh.
But the whole premise is similar to, I want to put this in everyone's presentations to sell it or help sell it. You're pretty much telling them LeBron James, is that his name?
Michael Jordan.
Sorry. Michael Jordan, right? He had the most amount of scores or baskets, whatever the fuck it's called, right? But he also had like the most amount of misses. Like his misses and his scores are pretty much the same. So our goal is to throw you as many hoops as we can or balls, and you need to throw them into the hoops. Yeah. Wonderful. I still don't know what it's called in basketball when people get a basket.
A basket.
I don't think it's called a basket.
It's a basket.
It's called a hoop.
No, it's a basket.
That doesn't make sense. How many?
Simeon.
Do they say how many baskets did you get? That makes no fucking sense. It's grammatically incorrect.
Yeah, tell me baskets.
You know, a fucking basket is a fucking thing to hold fucking shit inside, like Robin Hood.
No, it's the thing where you shoot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a basket.
It's grammatically incorrect because you can't get them.
Yeah, you do.
No, no.
Yeah.
It's how many times did the ball go through
It's how many times it goes through the basket.
There we go.
Kinda.
Yeah, you
Think about it like that.
Yeah.
But like it's like you get baskets.
But you don't get a goal.
You don't. No, you score a goal, you idiot.
Right. So you score a basket.
There we go. That makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Right.
Because a goal is like a goal. And a basket's a
basket's a
fucking
basket.
There the fuck we go. You can't score a basket.
Sure you can.
Okay, let's get back to work. Connor.
Oh, I still got my hand raised.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Connor,
didn't
do
know.
you have any fucking sales calls for us to review?
No, I haven't. None recently, no.
Can we get back on it?
Huh?
Can we get back onto booking calls and taking sales calls and recording them and sending them?
Try my best. That's all I can do.
JT, 28 minutes. I'm very proud of it. Very good.
Great. Can you turn on your iPhone camera?
Not really. I'm not at the time presentable. So if you can do it without the camera, that'd be great.
And JT, this dirty lady. Ugh.
Okay, no worries. You can see my face and hear my voice, right?
Yes, I can.
Great. So I'm just going to tell you how these calls go. First, I'm going to ask you how your business is at right now, like how your current situation is, and then I'll ask you where you want your business to go, and then I'll tell you the offer. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay. What you meant to say is, and based on that, I'll know if you're a good fit or not. And if you're a good fit, I'll let you know what we got.
Great.
Got it.
So what brought you onto this call today?
Very good. You learn very quickly, JT. It's very good.
You calling me?
Right. What I meant was like at your current business, like can you give me an overview of your business right now?
How the fuck did you connect that and that?
It's only blanked out. Yeah.
It's the equivalent of asking someone for their number and they're saying no. And you're like, oh, no. I was asking you how your day's going. There was no correlation between those two questions.
Well, the current. Okay, so I am not just only a real estate agent. I hold 3 other licenses. I'm a general contractor of the state of Maryland. I do radon testing for Montgomery County. I am a real estate agent as well. and I own a home inspection company for over 20 years. So I've been in the real estate industry for about 20 years. My husband and I, we own those businesses, and we both have those licenses. So in the real estate, I am not your typical agents who that's all they do, that's their income, that's what they work. They do 80+ hours to get those leads. If the real estate business is good, great. But I have my prime bread and butter is the home inspection company.
Yeah, she's not a good fit.
Oh.
Unless you move her down the line of home inspection, she's basically doing a lot of stuff to supplement income through loads of routes. Basically, what she's done, she's picked up. It's an ecosystem. So real estate is in this ecosystem of mortgages, home appraisals, contractors. Like, it's one ecosystem. What she's seemingly done is she's put loads of holes in the ecosystem where she can get money in, which is either really smart or really retarded, because it depends on how much work you're willing to put in. Right. So I'm thus far unsure whether or not she has money. I'm just trying, but then that's what I'm trying to figure out as she's speaking. I get what she's doing, but now either she's very good or she's absolute dog shit. Connor, do you have a question?
No, I'll take my reaction though now. Fuck's
Okay.
sake.
Connor, why the fuck are you wearing a hat indoors?
Why not?
Because it's meant to protect your fucking eyes from the sun.
Yeah, well, going to an habit of way. Bad AD.
Simeon.
So when Zach was reviewing one of our calls the other day, he said that you should open the call with a straightforward question like, what are your problems? And you say that it should be more like a general thing, like, I reached out to you, but what piqued your interest up on this call? So
It's the exact same thing. Mine's more long-winded. So mine is the exact same thing. It requires a little bit more of a step. I prefer that because it's subtle. It's not
Okay.
necessary though. They're both trying to achieve the same goal, which is the prospect admitting that they need help. His is more like there, and mine's like more subtle in the background. You agree?
Okay, so we can use either of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I do the real estate. If somebody knows me, or like I told you, I put ads up to get leads. So that's where I am. But in the real estate industry, if I do great on it, great. If I don't, then, you know, like I said, I have other businesses that I do. So I guess what brought me to give you the time is because, you know, I want to see what other advertisements or ads that I could do and the cost of it, where I'm not doing so much like a full-time agent does to get those leads. I just have my work and my experience and the expertise that I hold talk for themselves when I meet a client, and I'm able to convert them. If I'm not able to be the real estate agent, I can do the home inspection. If I'm not able to do that, I can, if they want, do the renovations or rehabs on the homes. Or
So you get my point on she's made holes in an ecosystem.
Yeah.
I have no idea whether or not this would be a good client or an absolute dog shit client. Her plan is relatively very good, but it's slightly complicated and convoluted. Right? So I'm still unsure on that one.
or investing, flipping. They don't do that. If there's a renter or real estate, I do the radon test. So that's where I am right now as far as where I am in the real estate industry and how I get my leads.
Got it. So they're all feeding to each other.
They're all feeding to each other.
And what percentage of time do you spend on, like, between real estate agent, the inspections, and the
Very good question.
house flipping?
Okay, so they're all different.
The only thing I would add to it or swap it over, like, fuck the time. What is her main sources of income? And what brings you the most money, right? Or let's say
Right.
you have a randomized lead, where are they most likely to end up when it comes to paying you?
Yeah.
The real estate transactions usually last a longer because when you get a client, I can work with them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, depending on who I am with. If they're one in a hurry, you know, it's less than a month. On the home inspection side, it's just the transactions. Once those offers get ratified, now the time takes to have an appraisal, a home inspection, and whatever the service is there. So that's like a very short time. The renovations usually take about 90 days. I guess I will say 2 to 3 months.
Okay, and when you get a lead from one of these, you can kind of sometimes get them to become like a lead for your other projects, other business.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, depend. Okay, so if I get a
This is a really confusing call because of like how much this lady does.
Facebook, if I get a Facebook ad, someone answers it, say they're buying a home, okay?
Mhm.
So then I stay with that. If there's a referral, if they don't want that, then I'm able to see what else I can do on that real estate transaction. So that's why I say, if the ads that I place on Facebook, I'm content with them because I don't do much. All I need to make sure is I have a good ad. I have a video ad, preferably with music, to grab the attention of the audience. You know, and Facebook puts me where someone is saying, like renting or finding homes. I guess Facebook does something that, you know, my ad pops up to them, and that's how I do look around like Facebook. And then I get them to
We'll go see.
them to the settlement, or if they're renting, renters are usually much faster because they're the ones that really need to move from one place to another. So those usually only take me about weeks before I find them.
And how many deals have you closed this year? We'll go see.
By real estate, I've done about 1 a month. Yeah.
So 6 deals this year?
Yeah.
The only issue when it comes to real estate is she's doing both flipping, buying, selling, and renting. So you needed to be more specific on that one. Because I don't know if she's doing well in real estate, dealing with a buyer and a seller, or if she's doing shit in real estate, dealing with one renter.
Yeah, I'm focused this year. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like an active. That's not what I do. That's what I put the ads and what comes. So yeah.
And you did 12 last year?
No, last year I did about, I would say, less than that. I wasn't really active because I'm also, this is my thing that you might know. I'm not also too active because I'm moving to Florida in the fall of 2025. So I'm trying to also do my advertisements in Florida as well. Because I'm moving pretty soon.
Okay, so you're not going to be in this area in a couple months?
Yeah.
Useless question.
I'm still, but it's
Gain nothing by doing that.
just for the first year, I'm planning to be here. But like I said, if my business grows here, of course I'm going to keep it because it's only 2 hours flight and tickets usually about $80, $75. So big commuting back and forth, it's not going to be a problem. So you know, I'll keep the business going. If I'm able to keep it, great. If not, then you know, it's not. I want to say it's a big deal, but it's just I'm not going to be here too.
So most of your income come from like the inspection and that flipping? Or?
Majority of, yes, that will be that will be about 80% of it.
So what's your goal in real estate this year? Just keep doing 1 a month?
I would like to increase my numbers. I would. Preferably I would like to do at least 6 a month. And that's just, I would like to do buying or listing, not the renting side of it.
So you want, for the remainder 6 months, you want to do 6 months each, like 36?
If I could, yeah, if I reach that goal, that would be very good for me.
So you said you do your own Facebook ads, like, did that take up a lot of your time to manage that?
Time is useless. Redundant question.
No, actually, that's easy. All I have to do, well, the time that it takes me, I have to hire another person to do my ads and my videos. But once I load it up and I put the AdWords, not the AdWords, that's Google. Once I do the Facebook ads, I just select what region I want and how many days need. It will come to my WhatsApp, come to who they need to.
Do the screen deletes?
No, because Facebook has an option to, what is it called? Putting in the later date. So on Monday, I will go in and do 4 ads, code them in and schedule them when I want them at. And they just, on one Monday that I do like an hour on ads, that I'm working for the whole rest of the week into the next week. Because I already have those ads already done. I just recycle again and again and again and again. So that way, whoever sees me, they're like, oh, okay, that girl's always on Facebook, or I know that face. I'm more familiar to them.
Got it. So you recycle the ads every month? Or
yeah, it's usually my same ads. And then if I do just listed or just purchase or just rent it, every transaction I do, I also put an ad.
The most annoying thing is I have no idea whether or not this lady is an intellectual buyer or not. I'm on both sides. I still haven't been able to figure out. I'm leaning slightly towards broke, but at the same time, I'm not.
So according to you, you said you want.
At this point, I would have started Googling her while I'm speaking to her. Because we're around about the time that we need to move on to the presentation, but I don't know if she's making money or not.
Want to get to 36? Like, what's your plan to get to 36 for the remainder of the year?
No plans. Sometimes I have a good month, sometimes I don't. Like I said, I put my ads and if they come, they come. If they not, they don't. I have my other businesses that I also put time in.
So you also said you've been like it's been a year. You got familiar with the Facebook system over 1 year.
Yeah, it took me about a year for me to figure out the algorithm and how they do things. And I also have the leads. They give me the what is it called? Like who answers in, who is it, if it's a male or a woman, what the age is. So it also gives me the statistics and then what ads did better than others.
How low did you get the CPL, the cost per lead for the Facebook ad?
If I paid $30, I'm getting from, okay, so I'll give you an example from last month, okay? Last month I paid $80 and I got 2 good leads. And I was able to, that was two renters that I was able to successfully close. I paid $30 an ad. By paying at $30 that ad. And then I don't know, let me see if I can go back to see how many people answered it. But I got about, I would say about 10 that answer my ads through WhatsApp.
Got it. And you're happy with getting down to $80 or $40?
It works. Like if I get 10 calls, I would like my numbers to go a little bit, like maybe if I get 10 of them, I'm doing about 2 to 3.
And the $80 got you the whole deal closed, like over.
No, $30 got me the whole deal closed. Yeah.
And okay, so you're mainly doing the home inspection of the projects. Like, have you ever thought about like the real estate part to get help because you're having your main income and your.
See, I wouldn't do that. So what you're pushing right now is the what's it called? Is the real estate. It's not her main source of income. Like I think she's broke, but there's a chance she's doing very well. Like it's one of the two extremes. But what you want to do is her income is structured in such a way that all of it makes money. If she gets one buyer, she's got like 4 different ways to upsell the fucker, right? If she's got someone looking for appraisals, can upsell. Like it's just an upsell model, which is very good because then she can come across saying, yeah, I do everything. I'm licensed on everything, so on and so forth, right? I have the relevant experience. I would be taking it down the line of that, right? So utilizing that asset that she has and handing everyone over to her, depending on where they're at. So we'd be running multiple types of campaigns. One for home appraisals, one for mortgages, like anything that she does, we're running ads, bringing people in because it all closes on itself. As an example, if you get a buyer, the likelihood is the buyer is going to need a lender. The likelihood this lady is a lender or knows someone who's in lending or she's heavily involved in it, right? You get a seller. The seller needs to get that house appraised, right? She does appraisals. So I would be running everything. The only one thing is she said, I don't know how much she's spending on ads. There's a very good chance she's spending absolutely nothing on ads. And I don't like how many times she's mentioned renters. So those two are both flags for me that she's broke. Because if she's working with renters, she's broke. But at the same time, like I want to see one picture of this woman. And then I will know a lot more about her. I just don't have one. Yeah. Zach had said she'd be a very good fit for the new pricing model.
That's what I should have done. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I would like for it to increase, but also knowing that it increases puts me to do a little bit more work for just myself because it's a lot. Because if I do have 10 and the majority are, if it's 10 listings, good. But if it's 10 buyers, oh my God, I have to do a lot of writing. It becomes a lot. So then that's why maybe I like to stick with 2 or 3 because then 2 or 3, I'm able to take care of them a little bit. My attention is with them. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay, so you would definitely prefer something that doesn't take up that much time because most of your time it would be on the
downsell time,
on the home inspection and flipping side.
Yeah, it would be on the flipping side because if I'm not with a client on the real estate, then I am with a client with a renovation. If I'm not in the renovation, I'm doing my radon business as I mentioned. if I'm not doing radon, I'm doing the real estate.
Is she broke? The reason for it's to do this much work, you are either in the top percent of competence, conscientiousness, everything's fucking structured. You know exactly what you're doing, or you're a retard who's just trying to make money. JT, do you have the full name? Or just
Yeah,
post-
Patricia Messias. We had like a second call where I saw her face. Yeah.
How do you spell it? I'm gonna
Patricia Macias, Macias. Yeah.
this one.
Ah, okay. No, not in Georgia. She doesn't look like that. No.
Where's she from?
I think this is Maryland. Yeah, that looked like her. Yeah.
One listing. One sold. 375. I think she's broke.
Yeah.
Was she broke?
Like in the second call, she told me she was only get around the 300 range, even though like in Maryland the average is like 700, and she says she's mostly doing it through inspection, so she's not making that much money from real estate. Yeah, I think she might be broke.
Your tonality tells me that you don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Got it. So would you be able to, are you next to a computer so I can show you the presentation better on the computer?
I mean, it could be. Hold on one sec. Can you hear me? Maybe.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, she works with her husband.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to figure it out. Go ahead.
Oh, great. All right, so company's called Realtor Ad Pro. Okay, so this is our program. We basically do the campaign, but we have been doing this, and we can get the CPL down. But most importantly, our ISAs will speak to the leads and book the appointments for you. So that way it saves you time to work on your other products.
Or the very beginning stages.
So after we get the leads and get the CPL down, we should, let's say we get like 100 leads, we'll call them out, like we'll send a form, and the form will be basically see if they're qualified. And after that, if the people don't fill out the form, we'll call them. And usually we'll get like 5 of those. That's people that's ready to go, like not just wasting time. So that way the people you get don't waste your time. You have time for your other projects.
Okay.
And I urge every active leads to get the appointments booked. All right, so we have quality assurance. We do face-to-face, where we give you the location of the customers and you meet the people. And the other thing we do is to just, so what we provide them, we do weekly calls with you to just tell you update on the appointments.
JT, your maths equation wouldn't work here.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
She's broke, or no? Okay.
Because of how she makes her money.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Explain.
She mostly makes money from her inspections.
But like, as in one real estate client will be a real estate client, but someone who's not a real estate client can be another type of client. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
One big thing is you need to know how much money. Okay, so you don't have all the data. You don't have the data on the listings that she's working with. You don't have the data on how much she makes on average per client. You don't have the data on how much she actually makes. Like that's one big thing that we do not know. How much does she make per year? Right? And this is the maths that you need to do, because the way that you would sell this, and it's how you needed to do it on the presentation, is how much is one customer worth? And if it's not a real estate customer, what's the likelihood that it will be another customer? And how much would that be worth? Right? And then you're selling the worth of one client. Because one thing that she mentioned was the reoccurring revenue that she generates from one customer. Does that make sense? Because it's not just one listing or one rental, it's that plus a bunch of other shit. Right? And that's what you need to be selling, because that is what you're selling. Right? But you have to be more expressive with this prospect specifically because of how convoluted the way she makes money is. I'm using that word correctly, right? Yeah.
And where things are. So basically, we just do a weekly call with you, Patricia.
Okay. And how much is this?
Okay, so what we provide is the expected number of appointments is 10. So we basically guarantee 10 seller appointments in 6 months. So when you get to the house with a seller, what is your expected close percentage? Like you get to an appointment into the seller's house, what percentage of that can you close?
You see, that's the thing. She'll make money selling the house. She'll make money getting appraisal on the house. She'll make money probably 2 other ways as well. So you'd have to put that into consideration.
I don't do, so far I haven't done a listing. It's only been mainly buyers and renters.
You've never done a listing?
No, not yet.
Okay. You said you prefer listings. All right. I
prefer listings because they're easier. They're easier because now the buyers and the buyers are agents are coming to my listing versus me going to the listing, bringing in 4 or 5 clients. So the listings work way better. And when I say I prefer to work with the listing, when I was doing, when I first became an agent, the person that was training me did purely just listings.
Okay, if you've never worked with listing before, I don't think the program really fits because you have no experience with.
Wonderful, JT. Where did you pull that from?
I think sometimes you can like do this. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's how you hold full fucking frame.
Yeah,
so we can't guarantee any result if you have never closed before, right? I mean, never closed sellers before.
No, I think I would say that if I have a listing, I know what to do with it. I have a great brokerage. I have someone that I can always go and they will be able to help me with that listing. So if I have a listing in my hand, I am pretty sure with my expertise, the way I sell, that I would bring it to closing.
Very good, JT. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did you pull that? Very good. Very good.
Okay. What percentage of success do you think?
Well, I'm going to do with my buyers. I have a high percentage, like I said. I have a good percentage of settling with my buyers fairly quickly. And the only difference between those 2 transactions is where the position that I'm in.
Okay. So what's your percentage of closing with buyers? Like you get around the point where you get to the appointment with a buyer and showing him houses. What percentage of that do you close?
High.
80 or? I
would say more than that. I would say 90. Okay. Because the only thing that will not close, it will be beyond me if they don't want the house anymore or they decide not to. Well, in this case, if we're doing listing, they decide, you know what, this is not a great time for me. Something happened. I'm not listing my house. That's what probably will be my chance of not default.
They should be with sellers. Keeping in mind, I know your buyer is good.
Let's start with 10. I'm going to do a minus 8.
80%?
Yeah.
Okay. So with 10 appointments, you should be able to close 8.
5. Actually, Montgomery is expensive. Yes. Where do you live?
I live in Northern Virginia, but I know Montgomery County does like $1 million houses.
Yeah. I'm going to do an average of 4. I will say 425.
The only issue, that was the first time you dropped niche knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to do that a lot more often.
Okay. You said Montgomery County is $1 million, but you don't get those houses, or you?
Oh no! I'm between like 399 to 500,000.
Okay, that's the area you're at, right?
Yeah, that's where the area I'm at.
Okay, so and between what percentage of the what do you split between the broker and?
Oh well, right now since the law changed, I'm already having negotiations on those commissions. I get yeah, I'm sorry, I have to go. Yeah, I have to go. I have to do a, can we schedule to finish this?
Yeah. Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be in the office, so I will be in the office, from 11 to 3 p.m. If we could do a call there, that would be perfect.
Okay, I'll send you through the same calendar link tomorrow. So you said, would you have time 11 a.m. tomorrow?
Yeah, I will put you in at 11.
Okay, great.
And
Awesome.
I'll be able to compare. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I wasn't expecting this, so I overlooked an appointment that I have to go to.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
JT, you have an impressive improvement rate.
Awesome.
That was. What was this? What was that? Made by the brown man. Very good. That, and knowing that you had to leave, perfectly fine. There, the easiest thing that you could have worked on was niche knowledge. Right? The more you drop that, the better it will be for you. It was an odd call. That was an odd call with a strange prospect, like circumstantially. Simeon, Connor, I want to see you guys doing the same shit of disqualifying people as you go into pricing. Right? Because it helps your frame so much better. Okay, very nice. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a call to review, but if you don't have any time, then that's fine.
Just put it in the chat with either Ethan or I later. Yeah.
Ah,
I'm not gonna,
yeah.
I don't think I'm attending the call later because I've got to send everyone their onboarding docs.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, Connor.
Yeah, just regarding the presentations and everything, they'll be all sent over, will they?
Yeah, put on Connor. Yeah. All done. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering because the one I'm using at the moment is the one that me and Jason put together, my accountability coach. Do I keep using that one or
Yusuf.
no? Jason.
Ah, Jason. Oh, yeah. No, use this new one. Yeah.
Right. And also the cold calling script as well. Do I carry on using that one or do I wait for the one you put?
You can use both. Just give me 1 second. I'll show you your new one right now. So, Connor. Boom. So
Those presentations will be sent over today sometime.
yeah. Literally, we have everyone's stuff here. So Connor, this is yours. If you guys give me a second. Oh, here we go. Solar, yeah?
Yeah, Solar.
Boom. Ads all made for you. This copy needs to change. Can you so just use the copy that you've got, put the copy here. Make sense?
Yeah. Copy and paste, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go over here, boom. Boom. Then over here, we've got all that coming in. Right? Weekly calls. Pricing model. Do you prefer this presentation or the one you currently have?
No, this one, much better.
Okay, wonderful. So if you guys actually just give me 1 second, I can share this with all of you now. Just give me 1 moment. We can finish off with that.
Do we have to have weekly calls? I thought with the new pricing model and me being landscape, I wouldn't need weekly calls.
No, you don't need them. It's just very good to have them. Right? Because the better put it this, you're making these fuckers money. So you want to like know them. Right? Give me 1 second. Let me do this because I want you guys to have this. So let me just share this with you guys now. And then it'll remind me what I just said and I'll explain to you.
Okay.
Because what I'm about to explain is slightly complicated, so I don't want to fuck it up. There we go. So JT, I'm using your Joe TTT3. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Send. Then.
Got it.
Cool. And then Simeon. I'm using the Sarmibrek at Dior Digital. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. View access. Boom. Done. Sent. Share. And then final one. Connor. Perfect. Connor. Yeah. CDG. File. Share with others. Cool. Perfect. So all of you have that, right?
Yeah, I got mine.
Simeon, it's been shared with you.
Yeah, I said I got mine.
Oh, you got yours. I thought you asked.
Yeah.
So nice and simple. I'm going to explain it from my point of view, right? Let's say JT's joined this program and JT starts to make 20K, right? JT, if I told you, JT, I've got something for you, it's going to cost you 10K. Are you ready to pay for it? It's going to make you more money. Would you trust me?
Yes, if I already had a good relationship, exactly.
Connor, if we hit a stage where you're making 12,000 monthly, all work is going well with clients, and I tell you, look, we've got an offer for you. It's going to increase how much money you're going to make. It's going to cost you 15,000. I can split it over 3 months. Would you say yes?
Yes.
Simeon, do you understand why you need to speak to your clients?
Yep.
That's simple. Because I haven't
More
told them.
money.
Yeah, I haven't told them what the fuck it is. But the fact is, if you've trusted someone to do something for you and they have succeeded, you will trust them the next time. Yeah, it applies to all things. If I've given you a good book to read and you generally enjoyed it and it was beneficial and I recommended another book, would you read it?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
with food, right?
Yeah.
That's why you want to speak with your clients, right? It also means, like, I've had clients where things like campaigns, everything went to shit for like 2 to 3 months. And it was my relationship that meant that they kept paying me solid amounts every month, right? It's all going to shit. I'm like, don't know what the fuck's happening, trying to fix it. I'm like, yeah. We're just testing, blah, blah, blah. By the way, how's this? How's that? He's explaining to me, I'm really pushing my budget, Ishma. Like, I'm about to go broke and everything's going to stop. Don't worry, we got this. Just we continue payments, but it's all based on the relationship and how much I know them. Right. And that's on those weekly calls. I've had 3-hour calls with clients, right? Where we've spoken about cryptocurrency. By the way, I couldn't give 2 fucks about cryptocurrency. Right. I've had other clients. I've had clients buy me cryptocurrency just because they wanted me to have it. Right? They just, I think it was like 3K or some shit. He literally just put 3K into an account for me. Said, Ishmael, you should invest in this, but obviously I'm not going to tell you to invest in it. So I've put some money in the pot for you. We're going to let it grow, and I recommend this for you. Right? But then that's what you want as a relationship, right? And you guys say that it's crazy. When you make someone 100 Gs plus in a year, do you think they're going to give a fuck about putting 3K in a pot for you? Do you get my point?
Mm-hmm.
So the weekly calls are very important for that specific reason. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
No.
And it also just for me to interrupt, it also builds like rapport and trust, so the client will stay with you longer. That's the whole idea. Is that right?
Yes. And also it's for upsells. So as an example, you guys get clients all going to work, you say, I think I need a website. If I tell you I'll get it done, just pay me this much, you'll just pay me that much and I'll get it done. And then I make my margins in between. So whenever you got clients and you see that they need work that you can do, you charge. Done. Okay, wonderful. Gentlemen, it's Ethan's training call, so chop chop.